another episode of the JBK Show. On this week's episode, some of the biggest guests we've had in a while.
First group guest,
Australia's largest YouTube channel, the guys behind it, the Misfit Minds. Boys, introduce yourselves.
I'm Will, nice to meet you. Boys.
Seb.
Dan.
Nick.
And you guys have bought these. These are yours?
That's Will's.
Okay.
This is, yeah.
Just to clarify, that's how you drink
That's Seb's.
your water normally?
No, he doesn't drink it
No,
unless
to be
it's
honest,
out
there
of
was
a
something
straw
else in
and
it, but
carton.
before the show started, I was like, why the
What was in there?
fuck would I have that?
Yeah, what was in it?
What was in it?
It's a hibiscus tea.
You're digging a hole.
The boys like to have a cup of tea, but boys, you guys brand yourself the biggest YouTube channel in Australia, close to becoming the biggest YouTube channel in the world. 119,000 YouTube subscribers now. By the time this is out, it's probably grown even more. How are you guys coping with it? You guys are obviously smashing it. You're putting out at least one video a week. What's it like?
Yeah, I mean, we love it.
Well,
It's,
we actually missed one last week.
Yeah, but
you guys got us sick.
No, we didn't get you sick. We did a live with Picklebet. We do a watch along.
And you got us sick.
Who was
And
the
I didn't
original
get-
case?
I think it was you guys.
Yeah.
No,
I've never been sick in my life.
I've got a great immune system. I think it's the travel. You guys
No, it
obviously
was.
coming from Perth, and you
And to
come
Melbourne.
to the big city and you can't handle the heat.
Actually
I think that's
was, when we were getting lunch, Seb was sick a little bit before, and then he had a sip out of my hibiscus tea.
there you go.
Moral of the story.
And I reckon I felt sick at the end of that.
'Cause you guys are really big on putting out quality content weekly. You edit your videos. I've seen the setup in Melbourne. You guys run a content house. It's mad. You guys strict on your quality?
For
Very,
sure.
yeah. We won't post it unless we're not happy with it, and we'll just, I don't know, keep trying to farm the clip or like the reaction that we've thought we could get. We kind of will just do the prank 100 times until we get the reaction
I feel
we're
like,
happy with.
yeah, I feel like that's why sometimes a video, also why we only post once a week, is because like throughout the whole week, yeah, if it gets to Thursday or Friday night and we're not happy with a clip, like we reckon we can do it better, we'll go out Saturday and get it done. Like, because we just reckon, yeah, it's always going to be like quality over quantity. Like we never, we don't want to just put out crap.
And you've probably seen a lot of their clips on social media as well. You know, your Bunnings pranks, Woolies pranks.
Might have 10 recently.
Yeah, you
Might
might
have
have
10,
10.
yeah.
How did you guys start getting into pranks? Was it, your content has evolved over time. You started off in Perth, just the two of you. You guys have grown figuratively and...
Yeah, doubled in weight.
Yeah, the couch.
Mine's just
I don't know
doubled
if
in
that
weight.
couch is going to be sweet after.
I feel like
wait,
I'm about
wait.
to seesaw here.
How heavy is Will?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm going to say about 60 kilos.
Yeah, you're right. I thought I was like, yeah.
I'm like 80.
Yeah, so doubled in weight.
Okay, there you
So I'm
go.
probably cracking on 140.
So
No, that's like Brock Lesnar.
Dan, Chocky Dan wasn't always a part of the group, but he's come in. He's a great addition. We love him in the videos. How did it start in Perth, and then how has it grown?
We wanted to escape the 9 to 5. That was like the first thing Will and I said to each other was like, let's just escape the 9 to 5.
What were you boys doing?
As we know it, because we're not escaping the 9 to 5, we're kind of doing more hours than 9 to 5. But
Yeah,
like,
but
it's more
like
enjoyable.
it's the
fun.
9 to 5
9
as
to
we
5
know
is
it.
a shit routine.
It is,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a rat race.
What were you guys doing?
I was working at a recycling centre and Will was
Fancy word for tip.
it was like a rubbish tip, but like
And I was working for a butcher.
Okay.
the meat cleaver.
Yeah, the meat cleaver they called me.
There you go.
Well, I didn't name
delivering
myself
meat.
that, but
And then like originally we started on like radio, just like doing this radio course, and then that wasn't really it. So we started making TikToks, and they started to get a little bit of traction through skits. And then they were like tradie skits. And then we did one skit where it was like the boss giving an apprentice a list of things that don't exist. But then we actually went into Bunnings and looked for that list, and that was our first ever like
Live prank.
Yeah,
almost.
What was
Yeah,
it
yeah,
called?
yeah.
What
Right.
fluid was it?
like blinker fluid,
Yeah,
left-handed
blinker fluid.
screwdriver, all that stuff.
glass hammer and stuff.
Sparks
But that's
And then-
that kind of just made us go like,
Yeah, we enjoyed it, and there was like a few comments saying like do more like in real life pranks, and then it kind of just snowballed from there.
And there's a gap because there's not a lot of pranksters on YouTube or that do us like that US model of pranks here in Australia. There have been in the
well,
past.
there's not a whole lot in Australia,
There isn't.
like in terms of pranking and that. So
Well, the guys that have kind of paved the way for like pranks, as we know, is the Shami and Jackson Doherty.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever plan on going down that route? Maybe showing your cock on camera?
no, I mean like
Oh,
You're a bit
like
shy.
This guy is.
credit to those fellas, like they've done super well with what they've done and that. But now we prefer more the kind of public side of things.
Instead of pranking your mates
Yeah,
specifically.
yeah, for sure. So like we kind of want to do more the public side of things, of pranks and that. And like in America, it's quite high with people who are mic'd up going around pranking, but not doing like the sort of pranks where you're kind of bringing someone to your house and like doing a bit of a more elaborate prank than just
Yeah.
like
hidden
you know,
camera sort of
hidden
style.
camera,
But
yeah.
in Australia, I mean, the whole like YouTube scene is dead. I mean,
apart from gamers, there's no one really.
I feel like
Yeah.
even in the skits as well, like for us, we kind of wanted to emulate the Super Wogs and the guys that we grew up watching on
Yeah.
YouTube, Shooter Williamsons,
Yeah.
and that there's not too many on YouTube. A lot of people prioritize the short form, the TikToks and Instagram. It's probably easier, but no one's really on the forefront on YouTube, and you guys are killing it. How's your audience? Is it mainly Australian?
Over the past like year, it's definitely changed, but it is like very much Australian people, which where we really want to create like a massive Australian community, and kind of like be the biggest YouTube channel of Australia, and like have that kind of if you can have like just an army of Australians, they're like Australians are some of the best people in the world, if not the best people in the world. So
Well,
like
I was going to say, they're the best people in the world. But with your following, especially now that you said there's no YouTube followers of prank groups in Australia, do you think that's because of the audience? That maybe like people don't like them messing with other people or pranking Aussies?
I definitely reckon publicly Australians don't like being pranked. Like they definitely like it's kind of like you've gone to like a place where it hasn't been discovered before in the public, like kind of the pranks that we're doing. So when they are getting pranked, like it is a big shock. But I don't think so. I just don't think anyone's really done it yet.
Well, what was the catalyst?
I
What
suppose.
was the prank that really started to get traction on your account? What was the prank that blew you up?
It wasn't really a prank. It was like the sneaking into the AFL Grand Final that we first started getting traction, and then like just very slowly the pranks would just like not like video by video, but if they were to put into 2-month blocks, like you look at the first month you're getting 5K, then the second month you're getting 10K. It was kind of like that, and then we got an opportunity through Shami, which definitely got a lot of eyes on us to go and work with him, which is cool.
That's awesome.
No,
And
Did that actually like when he brought you over? Did people start flooding your YouTube as well?
Not necessarily. I think it was more just kind of getting that sort of exposure in the scene
How
of
he
creators,
works.
content
Yeah.
creators and that. But it was real cool. Like we lived with him for a bit, so it was really cool seeing how like successful he is, seeing how he got there. Like, cause we'd be up at like 11 o'clock at night editing, and he's up till 12 o'clock in the morning editing his own videos.
Still
like
putting the hours in.
still
He's got
putting
a
the hours
massive
in.
team.
Like
Yeah.
he was just killing it.
that AFL, like that was probably the first time a lot of people saw you guys got news attention from it. You snuck into Optus Stadium,
Yeah.
into the AFL Grand Final. And your content's probably evolved since then. Your pranks have gotten better. The content's a bit more polished. It's probably
More
edited
elaborate.
a little bit better. Have you seen that your pranks have gotten more elaborate since then?
Oh, 100%. We
Yeah.
cringe when we look at videos from like a couple months, like, or a few months ago, like just can't even watch that.
Yeah, it even gets to a couple months ago, and you're like, far out, like that wasn't very well done. But yeah, I suppose over since we started to now, we've actually gone through so many different sort of styles, I suppose, and now we've kind of found what we like. So
And then like vlogging was something we always wanted to incorporate more into the videos, which Chocky Dan's helped us with heaps.
Yeah. When did Chocky Dan come into the picture?
Probably 9 months ago, 8 months ago.
Yeah, we had 36K. The first scene he's in, he's just sleeping in the back, driving the car while I'm doing an intro, and he's just in the back sleeping.
just pass out.
But yeah,
How did he come up though? How did he infiltrate your life?
Well, I think you approached.
I'm just a
you-
weasel.
No,
Yeah.
you approached the boys. You're obviously a fan of the boys,
Yeah,
and then it's kind of eventuated. Now you're part of the group.
I had a washed up music career, and I was like, damn, I should probably pivot.
Okay, there you go. Originally a Cronulla boy. Cronulla
Yeah.
boy meets Perth crew. It's kind of a perfect mix.
Yeah, look, never heard of Coralama before we met Nick.
Now they've heard all about it.
There
Yeah.
you go. The Northies, you
Up
take
off
the
the
boys
Shire.
out. While they're here, you got to show them around.
We have to.
Yeah.
Got it all.
And then, so I'd say it's kind of compounded. You guys, like your clips are doing massive on socials. What is your favourite style of prank to do right now?
Oh, I'd probably be doing personally, my favourite is the fake employee pranks. But YouTube aren't too fond of it, and neither are the companies that you do
I
it to.
didn't
What
know.
do you mean they're not fond of
No,
it?
I
Like
didn't
they
know
are-
about this. They have like a
They can
a no-
demonetize your video. They got like a no fake employee
Yeah,
prank
they
policy
introduced it into their
That's
guidelines.
boring.
Where it's
about
supposed to-
4 months ago.
Yeah, not that long ago.
Because
Yeah.
there was one at Woolies where I think you go up to 2 employees and you're like, hey, come here. And then
Yeah, like
listen
we
to
say
you,
some pretty
but then
gross
you-
shit, so like it's always kind of not a good look on the brand, the
If I'm-
company, but
If I wanted to see two guys suck each other's dicks, I would search it up on Pornhub. Get back to work.
It's just stun lock. They're
you know, you probably could have fooled them that you worked there until you said suck each other's dicks. That's when they're like,
Is this guy
is
for
that an
real?
old shirt?
Yeah.
Nah, definitely reckon the fake employee pranks are like the funnest because you can kind of just create like a character that would work at a company, like where you kind of go, all right, it'd be funny if they had a sort of, you can just make different scenarios around the workplace that kind of, it writes itself, the kind of content.
Well,
in a
you've
way.
gone office work. Oh, sorry, Bunnings. Have you thought about infiltrating office culture? Maybe just go to a 9 to 5.
Office works people are just too nice. All the
Yeah.
workers
Oh,
in
they're
office
legends
works
there.
are just lovely.
Every time we've gone to an office works, we're like,
You almost
"Fuck,
don't
they
want to
could
prank
be-"
them.
You don't, but, and also the ratios, like in office works, it's about 4 workers to 1 customer. So like
Yeah,
they're gonna know if you don't. I don't know. It's supposed the more workers.
What
the
about
less they know.
actual like a workplace? So like say
Corporate.
Picklebet for example. Say we just rock up to a corporate, 9 to 5. I
Suit
think
and tie.
no, you wouldn't even have to prank. Just try and convince people that you work there is funny enough because no one really knows. No
So
one really
it's
cares.
the scene from
Yeah.
Seinfeld when Kramer just rocks up and he just starts. He's just working in an office building.
You
People
seen
start
like
giving him work.
Kanye when he just walks into Capitol Records or something like that. Just walk in and see how you go. I reckon that could be pretty funny.
The mullets might
Would
be
be
the right way,
funny.
though.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely don't look like we blend into some places when we go there. Just like stick out like sore thumbs.
Seb could have a chance.
How are you guys finding the scene in Melbourne? Like, obviously, Perth, it's a bit more quieter, especially in regards to content and opportunities. What's it like being in Melbourne now, making content there?
So much better. Like we've met so many people that have been able to help us as well. In terms of like content creators, there's not, I don't know if there's a few in Perth, but I don't know, you just sort of get to a level and then you've hit the ceiling. And then like as soon as we moved, the
What do you
ceiling's
say?
now bigger.
Ceiling in terms of like opportunities?
Yeah.
that you
Yeah,
get?
opportunity and kind of I suppose Perth you definitely like kind of hit a level because especially with the pranking and that it's quite small, so you feel like you literally could be pranking the cousin you never knew you had, and then you find out through family that you pranked your cousin. That's just how tight knit Perth is. So it was great to go to Melbourne where we've got no family relations at all that we think that we know.
It's
but-
free roam.
Yeah,
So
for
many
sure.
people.
It's easier to fuck with people.
So it's, and definitely YouTube scene in Melbourne's quite big. So it's like because that's where a lot of YouTubers kind of go. So it's good to kind of be in that community.
How long have you been in Melbourne now?
Since last August.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, a while now. But love it. Like love Melbourne. It's awesome.
Why no Sydney?
Sydney,
ever come-
so
ever come-
corporate.
It is.
So corporate.
I feel like less people are friendly in Sydney. Melbourne is, everyone kind of gets along. They got a life outside of work. Sydney, everyone hates each other now, trying to outdo each other. I drive this car and, this chick's
Well, that's
uptight.
why it's
Maybe
probably,
that's my personal
probably more
experience.
easy to prank people in Sydney.
I mean, yeah, but you got to get them to say something first. Like we did a few pranks yesterday, and like I've like doing a prank, and I fucked with this guy's meal, and he didn't give a shit. Like I had an esky like pretending I was an Uber driver, and the meal is submerged in water, and I pull it out, and it's dripping wet. And he's like, yeah, no, just give it to you, mate. And I'm just like, I've actually got your meal in the car. So I got him his actual meal. He's like, oh, I was going to have this one. You're like, far
It
out.
wasn't
Like,
too far. Well, talk us through your process of actually coming up with the pranks. Is it a group thing? Do you guys brainstorm with each other? Or is it just like, let's go out and give this a crack and see how it goes? How much planning goes into it?
Heaps of planning. In the earlier days, we didn't plan as much, but then now we plan a lot more. And like we think of like, how are they going to react and what's a funny response?
and then what? Like,
And how do we sort of bait them into that reaction at the same time as well? But yeah, like we'll even do like a run through of the prank just to like play the character.
Plan out some responses.
Yeah, we really like the aspect of like getting in a costume and playing a character just to really like sell it. And yeah,
Because if you're just wearing like these clothes and you go do a prank where you're, acting like a real loud, they just go, it kind of makes it seem like a prank straight away. Like they'll go, okay, this could be a prank. But if you're wearing something someone like that would say, then they actually would go, okay, this person's probably just got a few screws loose. Like,
It also gives you a lot of confidence when you're
It
wearing
does.
it.
You
It's
feel
like,
like
it's
it's-
weird.
yeah,
When
it's
you
a
put on
mask.
an outfit, you just don't care. Like you chuck on the Woolies outfit, I've got my gut out, I've got chocolate all over my face. If I'm doing that, just wearing normal clothes and just like, I'm just going to prank these people, I'd be like, oh, no.
Yeah, no.
But because I'm in a character, I'm like, I'm just playing a character.
I get
Yeah,
what you're
that's for
saying.
sure.
One of the funniest things I think was when you did the fake pot dealer. And you found a pot dealer on Facebook Marketplace who was selling a pot, right? So the character you're playing is the dodgy dealer. You put on this outfit, hat, character. You're trying to get some lines out of him. And then it turns south, goes the wrong way. He puts you up against the car. He wants to rob you. He's saying, get in the car, let's go. You shit yourself, Seb.
I do shit myself.
But this is where the boys have actually turned it on you and pranked you.
they did. They
Now,
got me. They
How
got me.
often does this happen? Do you actually think of, okay, I want to prank one of the boys?
Wait,
Are you
but-
always out to get each other?
But in all respect to Seb, He didn't crack.
No, you
I
didn't
would've
crack
cracked.
at
I
all.
would've
I would have
cracked.
immediately gone, bro, it's a prank, bro.
No, he
I was-
didn't even say it. He literally got dragged down the street, had the pot in his hand, and got back in the car and was like, go, go, go. Did not crack.
If someone's dragging you down the street over like a miscommunication, I just was thinking like, if I tell him it's a prank, he's gonna like get even more mad. So I was like, I'm just not gonna I'm just getting back in the car. And then if it was real, like I would have got back in the van and everyone would have been like hiding like for
Yeah,
their
but
lives.
they were
They were
up.
just smiling, and then it was like sort of in that moment when I was like, get the fuck back, what are you doing? And then I was like, oh.
In that moment, are you boys hearing what's going on, or are you just seeing it?
Well, I'm hearing it because I've got earphones and a camera on, so I can kind of see if the mics are working and everything. But yeah, I'm listening. But that was the reason why we picked that video. We're not always doing that, but it was kind of like a video. We're like, oh, we haven't got the best reactions this week in terms of like how we wanted the pranks to go. And I called up these blokes who gave us out I've got a few tattoos from this guy, and he's got a few like rough looking mates, all legends of people, but like just pretty rough. And I called
They
him
look
up. I said,
sketchy.
we're thinking
Yeah.
of like pranking Seb. Have you got anyone? He was like, I've got a mate who used to be in jail. And we're like, that's perfect. Like,
He fit the bill.
yeah,
Dead Mind Tattoos,
yeah,
sick blokes.
yeah, legends there. They keep helping us out. They're kind of
Got
like,
the guy that did it to me you couldn't see it on camera, but he has like a slit down his tongue. So it's like a lizard.
what was that, bro? Don't do that again.
Fucking like, he was moving his tongue like that. I was like, oh.
When he was like sniffing you, what was going through your head?
I was at the start. I was like, "This is great! Like, this is such a good reaction. So happy."
You get so happy.
And
with that
then-
And
stuff.
then he was telling you to get in the car.
Yeah, and then
you
I
were
was like, "Oh fuck this! This is just fucked
How
up."
much money you got on you?
frightening. So, who would you say is the least likely to be up for a prank? Are you guys all game? If you guys think of, because I don't really know how far you guys want to take it. How far would you take it for a prank?
I don't think we've taken it too far yet.
If it
I don't-
is-
yeah.
What's too far for you guys?
if it's too far, like we're thinking about it, we'll always just like really try to compensate the person we pranked. Like one was when we had like just a normal wooden chair and we taped wheels to it, and like someone thought I was selling a wheelchair because like that guy's obviously
He's gotta
needs
be-
a
yeah,
wheelchair,
He needs it, yeah.
blah blah blah, all that sort of stuff. So we gave him a wheelchair and then some cash. That was one where we were like, should we do it?
like do the prank in the first place, not give him the wheelchair. We're also going to give him the wheelchair, but
Yeah.
like just kind
Is
of
it in good taste?
Is it in
or
good
like,
taste?
Yeah,
And
how are
like,
people going to
Well,
respond to it?
that's
Yeah.
where as well, you're pranksters, but you're also kind of comedians. And then kind of nothing's out of reach if you're a comedian because it's the joke.
Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
yeah, I suppose in today's world it probably is out of reach. So like, but we definitely look at it like that. Like we kind of just like playing these characters. Like we're not like this in
All the
terms
time.
of all the time. Like I mean, we still shit talk a lot, but like chat a lot of shit. But it's like we definitely just we're just playing these characters for it. Like when we go prank people in public, like we're playing characters. Like in terms of it's just what we do.
And what's the end goal for the group? What do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to end up on TV? Do you guys want to go do that down that radio route? Do you want to build up the YouTube account to as big as it can get and be like a Milk Boys style account? What do you guys want to do?
I personally want to make enough money to own a Bunnings.
That'd be good because then
Poetic
they have to you have a seat at the table and you can prank whoever you want.
That's it. Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe eventually a hostile takeover on the whole company.
Exactly right.
Nah, I mean, I reckon probably our goal for it, it's just sounds very cliche and quite, it's not cringe, but it's what we want to do. We want to be like the greatest Australian YouTube channel of all time. Like that's what we want to be. I mean, it doesn't mean by like following. We don't want to have like
Millions and
we don't want to have 30 million. Like if we get 30 million, that'd be great. But like we want to just have like this following, this cult following, and a massive like huge community that kind of just like go out to bat for you.
So you don't branch out of Australia? Wouldn't move to America or Europe for a
I
bit?
mean, it's not off the cards.
We
like,
will, like, for sure.
We definitely
eventually.
travel. Like we want to travel and film. That was our dream at the start as well. Escape the 9 to 5 as we know it, and like the rat race, and also just film and travel. That's what we want to do. So
That's pretty much the goal.
yeah, that's the goal.
It's the dream life.
It's like that's the dream life. If you're getting like paid to go traveling, and, like kind of like take adventures around the world, that's pretty cool.
And pranking Americans sounds fun.
Does sound cool, and I don't
Scary.
reckon they've had Aussies get them like
Good,
rolled up.
good, yeah,
for sure.
And have you guys had to deal with any backlash yet? I mean, like, you probably got some consequences to deal with from the AFL sneaking in elsewhere. Are you worried about catching backlash? Like we've had to catch backlash a few times for just even some skits or some public stuff that we've done. You worried about ever catching backlash?
I mean, not completely. We got in this one time. I was wearing like a do-rag in a video, but like the do-rag was like where we were playing a character, and like I definitely agree with like, you know, that some people may find it offensive, but like we were playing a bit in it.
I mean, it's a fashion statement.
and
What was the word?
Cultural appropriation.
Yeah,
I think,
something like that.
For wearing a do-rag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eminem's wore a do-rag.
Well, yeah, I mean,
an album cover.
I can't spit bars though, but like in terms of there was this person that like got quite angry at me for it and putting all over a story and all this sort of thing. And then like we were real worried. I was like stressing out. Seb was kind of going like, just message her and say, because she said like, message me if you want me to give you some education about it all and that. So I messaged her and I said, I'm sorry if I offended you. Can you please give me some education on it? She never replied. So you're just like, are you just putting this up for a story and that? So like with the backlash, I suppose, if it's...
And I don't think she has a curriculum on cultural appropriation.
Virtue signaling at
Yeah,
that
that's
point,
what it
you know,
sounded like.
Yeah.
blasted us. And
I mean, again, like that's probably, again, like you said, the world we live in today, you're going to have to tread
Yeah.
carefully.
And it comes with the territory.
It does, yeah.
And that's why, but as you get bigger, are you worried you're going to get more backlash?
You're not, or like, not everyone's gonna love you. So like, you
no,
kind of just gotta be satisfied with who you have on your side and don't worry about what everyone else thinks, because like if you keep doing that, you're not gonna get anywhere. Like
we think about the pranks a lot before we do them as well. Like our whole thing is like, if we go have an interaction with a stranger, we don't want that stranger leaving the interaction thinking like
these
having,
guys.
oh, like, you know, that's shit, now I'm gonna have a shit day. We want them to leave it thinking like, what just happened? That was really like funny. The joke's on us.
make it feel uncomfortable, but not like attack the person.
Yeah, like we're not
Something that-
harassing them or like, you go.
Oh no, I was gonna say they're gonna sit there at the dinner table at night and go, "You will not believe what happened to me today. This guy came up to me,
Yeah.
Well, that's
and
why
did this or this or this." It's
Funny
not-
story.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get that. You either run into a person that's actually kind of glad that they ran into you, or you get someone that's going to message you after, "Hey, don't use the footage of me." Don't. Like,
Yeah, and
how often does that happen to you?
That happens.
yeah.
The other week we had like a video where that week we did 3 pranks in a row, and each person messaged us and said, "Hey, I've seen you in
Shit.
the video. I've seen your videos before. Just remembered. Can you please not post it?" And we won't post it if they don't ask. If they say like then before we posted it, don't post it. Well, of course we're not going to post it.
Yeah. I mean, on our side, when we do like the interviews, right, we'll do them, like we've done some, we do like more of on a sporting side, so like the races or after the footy. And, you know, people are going to be intoxicated or, you know, we just did Magic Round, right? And they're all happy, yeah, let's do an interview, let's be on camera. And then they'll come after the fact and be like, hey, can you not post that? I was like, bro,
Yeah.
we were so keen on before, maybe the video's already up. Sometimes I'll take it down, sometimes I won't. I don't really care. It's not like too damaging and it's all in good fun. It's just, it's about the intention. You don't want to make someone look bad. You just want the video to be funny.
And most of the time, we're the ones looking like idiots.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly
No
what
one's
you
really
want.
focusing on the person other than you guys.
For sure.
As a group now, you know, with the addition of Chocky Dan, how has it been?
Yeah, I mean, like, feels like we've known him for years now. Like, but in terms of, yeah, Nick's just probably, he's got the $1 million laugh, really. Like, in terms of his laugh is just, like,
not gonna-
so
not gonna
infectious,
do it.
and it's
I'm not
just,
gonna do it.
it's great. Even better bloke. Like, he does so much for us, like, in terms of, like, the videos, in terms of the preparation, and, like, he helps so much with it all, you know? So, like, having Nick on our side is just great.
Carrying his weight.
Yeah, he carries his weight for sure. Yeah.
What'd you say?
Is that a pun?
Yeah, that's why I've got athletic legs.
There you go.
Actually does have like weirdly athletic legs.
You ever notice fat guys always have like really defined calves?
Go on, show
I
them.
Go on,
don't
go on.
analyse it too
I'll
often.
hold
Nah,
it. Get up, get up.
nah, we won't go in there. But
I mean, we saw the knots and crosses last week. I think we got a good look of his legs.
Yeah.
I don't see any redeeming feature. Nah, but these boys, they literally feel like brothers. We spend all day, every day with each other.
Well, that's what your process is right now. You guys are filming pranks every day. You're committed.
Yeah,
This is
pretty
a
much.
job for you guys now.
Yeah, for sure.
Is it daily? Get up. Okay, we're filming this idea. Do you guys schedule it in advance? What's the process?
I try to schedule
Try
it.
to. We're
but
pretty slack. Like,
Yeah.
in terms of, we kind of go week for week.
Especially because you don't know what you're going to get from that
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, you
It's
don't. Like,
so
you could have
dynamic.
one day where if you get one prank, you don't need to worry about that prank again, because you're like, okay, we're very happy with that one. Let's go to the next one. But some days you just spend the whole day just trying to get one scene. So
Yeah, like this week. For
It is week
example,
for week.
Yesterday we spent all day, like from whatever it was in the morning, probably like 10 hours, not one scene.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Do you guys draw inspiration from other pranksters? Like I said, you got your Nelk Boys in the US, or Impractical Jokers. Punked was massive. Do you guys ever
Punked was sick.
like look at some of those and go, oh, we could recreate this, put a little Australian lens on it, or do you guys just try and come with your own original ideas and incorporate your Facebook marketplaces and all these other things?
I think we definitely like draw inspiration from
gotta.
everything.
I
Like
mean,
an idea is just like sort of two ideas joined together and
Yeah.
then with your spin on it. But we probably take the most inspiration from like Chris Lilley, and then characters in TV shows like Michael Scott and then Dwight from The Office as well. I don't know. We kind of think like, how would like that character play this scene if it was like in the
Yeah.
show, like Alan from The Hangover. Kind of like play.
Yeah, we
pretend to
off
like-
characters. I feel.
Yeah.
We kind of a lot of our pranks we kind of go, we'll do this sort of prank, but like we could do kind of an Alan from The Hangover sort of vibe.
Yeah. So like
we're-
your Woolies one, for example, you're going in as an employee, but you're a drunk.
yeah,
You know what I
stuff
mean?
like
So you
that.
want to put a spin on it in that way.
Yeah. I feel like Chris Lilley's probably personally my biggest inspiration, like just because like how talented he is.
Mate, we met him once.
Really?
Well, it wasn't even that long ago. It was probably 3 weeks ago.
Lucky
We're walking
bastard.
outside of some restaurant, and he's there at a little kebab store with his missus, sitting down on a date. And I go, Nick goes, "Is that fucking Chris Lilley?"
He had a beanie
He
on.
had a
so it was
beanie
tough to
on. He was
see,
like
man.
low key, obviously.
He
and
took a
I'm-
girl to the kebab shop for a date.
Yeah, well,
That's
it was just a
legendary.
nice. It was low
That's-
key, bro. He was
that's
very,
legendary.
and then
That's
grounded.
I'm like, I don't want to disrupt the date, but I kind of want to say, look, because who doesn't love Chris Lilley?
No,
like,
yeah.
And I'd already,
you
like,
grow up on him.
Australian
He's still the
icon.
goat.
And I'd kind of already stopped and be like,
We already
"Is that
stopped
fucking
and
Chris
stared,
Lilley?"
so we just said, mate, we just want to say hello.
Yeah,
You know,
sick.
you're a legend. Because he went through a bit of a backlash and cancellation
He did.
too, obviously. Cultural appropriation.
Which I don't
you know.
reckon he ever should have gone
He had
through,
the
like.
S. Mouse character. And like, a lot of people, I think, who we associate with, or just like, say like, how could you cancel some of the, it's funniest content that we grew up on. It's character work and
Yeah,
it's
it's-
funny.
He's the best like on-screen TV comedian probably that
He's
I've
like
seen.
he's literally a genius. Like it's just crazy how he thinks of all these different.
And if you look,
characters.
okay, Summer Heights High was hilarious, but I don't know if you guys watched Angry Boys. As
Yeah,
well.
I've
Yeah,
seen
nice.
it all.
We've watched all.
yeah,
it was
hundreds
fun.
of
Angry
times.
Boys was incredible. So was like We Can All Be
Heroes,
Like,
yeah.
We Can Be Heroes was insane.
What
yeah.
made it so good is that he was playing all these characters as well. And
He was just being
he
himself,
got-
like in terms of his style of prank. Like,
So
not prank.
talk me through like collaborations. What do you guys want to do? Is Chris Lilley at the top? Is,
Oh.
that, is
Yes.
he at the
Yeah,
top
yeah.
of the list?
Yeah,
you
he's-
guys want to be on the next Chris Lilley sitcom? You know,
Oh.
maybe the ABC or something.
He followed us on Instagram. It was actually it was a sick moment.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
also.
crazy. Seb was like in the Philippines and I was like in Perth, and it was New Year's morning, I think it was.
How long ago was this?
This New Year's, like just gone, this year. And Seb was just, I remember just messaging Seb, sent it, and he was just like, fuck off, no way. And I was just like, this is like the best, one of the best days of my life.
I messaged Will like 2 days before that saying we should try and make a video where we like uncancel Chris Lilley. And 2 days after
What are
that,
the
he
chances?
followed
I wonder what video he saw and be like, okay, I'm going to follow these boys.
us. I'd love to know, hey.
I would love to know, yeah, but yeah, he's definitely kind of, he's at the top in terms of who we want to make.
I wonder
Vince
which
with.
one. For me, what got me onto you was the Lost Keys prank.
Yeah.
That fucking made me laugh. I remember that one, someone showed me it and I was like, mate, I got to show my brothers. This is hilarious.
Yeah.
But for you guys, what's probably your 3 hardest pranks you've had to execute? guys?
Hardest was probably the Wii one recently.
Yeah, that was
up
so
there.
hard.
At the Oz Open.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
when we first met.
Yeah, that
You
was that day.
guys, you did the bit where you were walking in front of people's photos.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
right near me. And then you were telling me the plans, like, we want to play Wii tennis in the tennis.
Yeah.
I was like, that is hilarious.
That one started off as like a joke. We were sitting at the dinner table and we guys, I forgot who said it, but someone was like, oh, you guys should play like Wii tennis at the Australian Open. We were like, yeah, whatever. Like, we can't bring a Wii in, we can't bring a TV in. And then like a few days later, one of my friends comes up and goes, you can get a Wii emulator on your laptop. And we just go, oh shit,
go,
let's
gotta
do
it. And then we went to the AO probably like 3 or 4 times filming, but also scoping out everything and trying to figure out the
Bit of
plan.
recon.
Like it was, yeah,
Just seeing the spots
massive
and that.
recon,
It's
yeah.
so quiet at the tennis. Like until you've gone to a tennis game, you
Yeah.
don't know how quiet
You
it
can hear
is.
someone opening up like a chocolate bar and you feel like saying shut up.
Mate, we did the Rob Schneider
Screaming at the
screaming not during a point, it was during a Novak game. And the plan for the video was, I'm just going to get up and do the classic Rob Schneider line. You can do it. Group hug in the shower
Yeah.
tonight. I was psyching myself up to do it the whole match. These 3 idiots dressed in Where's Wally who were going at Novak all night
Drunk.
get ejected from the game. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So you know, because they were just making noise the whole game. I go down, take their seats. There's probably maybe 20 minutes to go in the match. Novak had almost won, and he's on serve. I get up and do it. Everyone's staring at you. I was sweating the whole time. It's awkward as shit.
Yeah.
You do it, you get up, put your head down, walk straight out.
Yeah, I
you
just left.
fucking put
I
your head
left.
down, don't you?
Yeah,
we're
this
do-
was awkward.
If we're doing something like that, I can't sit and like just wait for the prank
You
to happen.
just
I just
gotta
go
do it.
do it straight away and then I'm sad.
Yeah.
But it feels good after.
You're glad you got it off
Especially
your
if
chest.
it's good content, you're like,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a massive weight off your shoulders. But do you guys still get nervous before doing pranks?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Every
especially
time.
when you don't, because we just missed a week, you kind of like get out of like your groove of like feeling in character and that. So like, for sure, when we have breaks, we definitely like feel kind of very nervous like behind them. But we definitely get nervous. Not so much, I feel like we just get nervous also trying to get the prank.
Yeah, when you can't do it again, like we couldn't just really go to another tennis game and try to do it again. I guess we could have.
But like, you got to travel for that, you know. And we had the Oz Open here, so like, it's kind of like, we get this done. That's a video done in a day, which like means we can spend more time on other videos trying to make better videos, you know.
I mean, do you guys give each other shit as well? I know if I'm filming him doing something,
Do we give
and
each
he
other
doesn't
shit?
and he doesn't execute it properly, I'm saying,
he's
fuck,
putting
I
shit
can
on
do
me.
it. I can do it better.
Oh,
And then it's just like you sub yourself in, and it doesn't work out as
Yeah,
well.
it's pretty.
Yeah, we take the piss out of each other a
It's
lot.
pretty brutal in terms of. I'm pretty relentless with how I take it. I'm not the best at taking it, like from these boys, but like giving it, like I'm Nick all night. Like I'll just be giving him shit non-stop.
Wipe your
just-
ass properly.
Like,
Just little things. Yeah.
just little things. Yeah,
Have
yeah.
you
Nah.
changed your socks? Have
What's-
you done
Have
this?
you changed your socks?
No, I wore these ones yesterday.
Yeah, well there you go, mate. That's
They
my
don't
fucking
smell,
problem.
though.
It's
Don't.
no, Nick.
there we go.
Yeah,
fine.
fuck me, mate.
I wouldn't
But
want to put these boys through the foot stench.
going back on
That's fine. How's that fine? Have a whiff of that.
No, that's
How is that fine?
can't.
Come on, bro.
That's rough.
That's fine as well. Dude.
And you bogged the toilet. You bogged the toilet as well.
that out of here. Fuck me.
Finish the air freshener out of the thing too.
Nah, far out. Nah, but going. He also has got this. He keeps saying that he's got two of the same undies.
Yeah.
No, I do.
Bullshit. No, who does that?
Deliberately
Okay,
wears
I-
them every time back to back.
I
Like,
do that back to
Oh, yeah,
back
and he's
because I
like-
like the colours.
And he's like, oh, because I like the. It's easy when I wash them. I'm like,
mean,
what
that
do you
just sounds
mean?
like a
It doesn't
routine.
matter.
it's a routine.
Or a
I don't have
superstition
any
thing.
It's
routine.
not. You do not have a routine.
These
with
boys
me
don't
unless you
believe
wear.
that I just have. They think I wear the same undie 2 days in a row, but I just have the same colours because when I go online, they had like a 2-for-1 deal.
Okay, there you go.
So what?
Why
That's
wear
just a
them?
bargain.
Why wear them day after each other? It's just pretty sus to me.
Has anyone seen them at the same time?
No.
No, but
I will bring
we
them
got
in
him-
next Thursday,
No,
and I'll show
say
you
that,
my
say
lineup of undies.
We debunked
freshly
it this
washed.
morning because Nick was wearing. He goes, oh yeah, like I wear them day after each other, and then he slipped up, and I said, well, you were wearing the purple ones that day, so you fucking wore them twice in a row. Oh no,
This
he
is
told
team
us.
chemistry. This is team chemistry.
He told us no. You told us that you have the same. You've got two. Like you told us the colours that you have two of, and you named.
Does my dick smell?
You didn't name. Yes, it does. And no, sorry, it's all right. But you named one that didn't have two, and I remember you wearing them 3 days in a row.
Not 3. That's a stretch. It was 1.5 or 2 at max.
Well, this is what happens in the household of content creators, okay, in the content house. But boys, like I said, you guys have been killing it. Is it hard navigating with what you guys do with pranks, you know, getting commercial deals? Like we do a stream, you know, a next to go betting show with Picklebet.
Yeah.
The guys that we do that with are awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
very
great.
open to doing stuff. Is it harder navigating with other brands and like who you guys want to work with?
Yeah, definitely. We like also won't do it if we don't align with the brand or if it's like gonna look.
We did it at the start and it
cringe.
wasn't good. Like
Yeah.
you don't want to sell out too early. But if you just have one company that kind of you are like in line with in terms of like you both have like a goal that you want with each other, and also like the Picklebet's been sick because they're genuinely like great people to work with, and also like if you just have one company that you can go hard with, you don't need to
I
get
think
like
we
10
kind
companies.
agree. Like you don't want to be flogging off products like everyone else. I mean,
Yeah.
you can probably get caught up in that at the start when you start to build a bit of a following, and a lot of people start to reach out to you. But yeah, like you guys said, you want something that you guys enjoy or passionate about. Like, how good would it be if Bunnings reach out to you and say, "Let's do an ad"?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, you guys would
they
do it
probably
straight
won't,
away.
But yeah.
Mitre 10 were reposting our clips, which was cool. Like,
Yeah.
they,
Putting-
they
putting-
took it well.
They
Discounts
took-
on plungers.
They put a discount on plungers and they put them at the front desk, and we're just like, that's like just run with it. But like, I mean, we can't talk in terms of they probably don't want to be going, oh, look at this video where this guy tells this bloke to have a cock off, like, you know, in our uniform. So
Yeah,
it's
fair
understandable, but yeah.
And what's your plan for the rest of the year? Is it to continue to build the YouTube up? Is it, you know, get more opportunities in commercial space? What's your 2023 looking like?
Post weekly, like for the rest of the year. The original goal was to hit 1 mil. I think we can do it. We haven't had like that, like crazy, like
Springboard, few million
Just that
views.
curve.
yeah,
on the
like
graph,
so.
yeah.
I think we can do it.
But you don't know when that'll come.
No, you don't.
No,
yeah.
it's very like.
If we can have it this year, then maybe we can get to 1 mil.
I think it can. Yeah, that's definitely, YouTube's definitely still our main focus this year. We kind of, probably for the next couple of years, like it's definitely going to be our focus.
Yeah.
We've definitely got a few other things in line, like for the company, starting a couple brands and that as well, where like but we don't want to rush any of that sort of stuff, so. Yeah.
And what about in terms of your own like personal brands outside that? You guys have your own Instagram pages as well.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever like do things kind of separately, or do you guys have similar interests?
Similar interest, really, isn't it?
That's why you guys get on so much.
I snuck into Will's room the other night and verified him on Instagram. You know how you can pay for it?
Oh, okay.
Man,
there you go.
it was the night before I was just going like, I don't know why, like, verification is just some sort of like pat on the back sort of thing. Like now that you can buy it, like, does it really mean like a whole lot? Because someone with like 50 followers can have it. And I was like, I just don't reckon we get verified, boys, like Misfit Minds, like let's not do it. And the boys were like, oh yeah, so you don't like it, Will? And I was like, no, I reckon it's stupid. And then I woke up and Seb's crawling in my room and I'm like, this is like 3 in the morning, like what are you doing? And he's like, just go back to sleep. And like, you do, serious.
What
Go back to
about-
sleep.
You could never trust him
Oh,
saying that.
Will
in
was
that group.
filthy. He was filthy for
I was
3
filthy,
days.
man. Like that really pissed me off. I was just like,
Well,
don't
now
touch
everyone's
my
looking at you.
personal account. That's the one thing we don't touch.
So you guys are the forefront as creators. Like we love collabing with you guys. Do you have any advice to upcoming creators or people that want to kind of follow your path, especially on YouTube? Creators are becoming more popular and they've got so many platforms to use. What advice would you give to someone watching?
Not to worry about what anyone else thinks. Like if it's your dream, then just go for it. And yeah,
For sure.
not like your dad or mum. Even it's like you're not really worried about what your like best friends think. You're worried about like old
someone you've
high
met
school
twice, maybe,
buddies. Like
yeah.
for some, I don't know why. I don't know if you guys are the same. But
I'm
like,
the opposite.
Initially, I was like that, just putting yourself out there. But how's this going to be perceived? And then I think when you consistently do it and you don't care, and you make a routine of it.
Yeah.
The consistency breeds like I'm just going to do this for 10 years straight.
I think
and see what happens.
I'm a special case because I leached off him, so he had to go through the embarrassment.
So you're like that.
No, it's, but like, I feel you just can't, don't care what people think about you. And also just like, I mean, we've still got a lot to learn. So like what we say can definitely be taken as a grain of salt. But like, in terms of we like, I don't know if I even said that saying right, but but in terms of like, just don't care what people think. And also, even though like you should care what your parents think about what you do for your career and that, like you definitely still got to play the cards of it is your life. So like do what you want to do and kind of like find the happy place. And then your parents are going to be happy that you're happy. So,
And it grows you as well. I find like I used to care heaps what like other people think about me or like.
Don't we
you know,
all
you're
though?
worried,
Like,
or you wake up after a night out and you're just like, oh fuck, I can't believe I did all this stuff. But you're just like, I don't give a fuck anymore. Like,
Yeah.
just
Nick's
look at the
being-
shit we do online.
Yeah.
Nick's
My brother
actually
Nick
great,
would
man.
always come back, say if we caught a bit of backlash or something like that, he goes, fucking no one will care in 2 weeks.
yeah, that's so true. It's so true.
But everything moves so quickly.
Everything moves quick.
It's also like, Nick's also been great because I also like, you you wouldn't think it, but like socially, like I get a bit anxious with certain things, but like Nick's like just is very kind of, live in the moment and that, and like he's been great for
Shameless.
7. Just shameless in terms of even just like going up to someone you've never met before and chat to them like you've known them for 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, and just like kind of chat to anyone, go out somewhere and just chat to a random person and that, Sometimes I'm still like going like, oh no, Nick, what are you doing? But like, it's generally like, he's great kind of showing us like confidence in that too. So
Just you got to think, what's the worst that can happen?
No,
Tell you to
exactly,
fuck off. Okay, I'll fuck off.
yeah.
Appreciate you coming on. You guys are going to keep killing it. Watch the rise to 1 million, the Misfit Minds. Appreciate you coming on, boys.
Cheers, boys.
What's the next plug? 100,000.
Sorry, my hands are a bit.
1 mil.
Get
Yeah,
one
the
at a mil.
next plug's 1 mil.
1 mil and 200k I start and only
You gotta-
fans.
you gotta